right?
Your Honor, you know I don't have $1 to my name. I really thank you for that. I really do. You don't understand. I woke up this morning like, man, I need milk. I need some of everything. But I just said, you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to go to court.
This courtroom moment shows a deeply emotional story of a homeless mother, Tisha Miller, who had been struggling to survive while living in her car with her young daughter. She had fallen into financial hardship, leading to unpaid parking tickets and a vehicle boot, which brought her case before the court. In court, her lawyer explained her situation, describing how she had been homeless for a long time, but was finally starting to rebuild her life with the help of support programs and housing assistance. When Tisha herself spoke, she shared her painful reality, how she had been sleeping in her car, struggling to afford basic needs, and still trying to stay strong for her child. The judge listened carefully and was clearly moved by her honesty and resilience. Instead of simply enforcing penalties, he chose compassion, dismissing her case and even giving her $50 from his personal Philomena fund to help her in that very moment. This powerful act of kindness turned a simple court hearing into a viral emotional moment, showing how justice can also include humanity, empathy, and hope for a better future.
Williams Law Clinic for Ms. Miller. It's good to see you. Ms. Smith has been working with Ms. Miller for some period of time. Ms. Miller was experiencing homelessness for an extended period of time, which is an explanation really for the parking tickets that culminated in the boot that's presently before the court. When one is living outside of in a motor vehicle, it's really not possible to park in a lawful fashion. You can't get a permit because you don't have a residency here in Providence. Thankfully, through efforts of the two of these women together, Ms. Miller has just very recently secured housing, something that she's very obviously happy about, proud of. She's trying to get back on her feet. The boot on the car is obviously a very serious problem. So we're seeing if the court may be of some assistance in terms of helping her get the boot removed so that she can continue on with her, moving forward with her life and taking care of her young daughter.
Are you working?
Well, I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia some years ago, and thankfully, the House of Hope, they're helping me to get Social Security now. I kind of was just stuck in a hole, it felt like, for a really long time. But thankfully, through the House of Hope, the Coalition for the Homeless, Megan, they really been helping me, you know, and I really do appreciate their help. They just made me feel like somebody again. You know, I felt like I was just stuck in a hole, and they just been helping me, you know, and I couldn't ask for. I went to everywhere looking for help, and I got turned down, so many doors turned on me, and they love their job. These are the best people I have met in a long, long time. They love their job, yeah.
I'm very familiar with Ms. Smith and Professor Horowitz and the work they do. And you're right, they love their job and they do a great job. You know, and what you mentioned one word, and that word was hope.
Yes.
You know, hope.
They gave it back to me because, Your Honor, you know, I literally was living in my car with my daughter, you know, and it was tough, you know, and I just so happened to see Megan and her co-workers in a parking lot helping other people, and I went up to her and I asked her if she would be able to help me. She said yes, and since that day, they have just helped. They helped me to turn around a lot in my life.
I'm going to dismiss the charges.
Thank you.
What makes this moment even more powerful is the judge's reflection on what he was hearing in court. He didn't just see a case number or unpaid tickets. He saw a real human being trying to rebuild her life from nothing. As Tisha spoke about living in her car, being rejected by many places, and finally finding small support that gave her hope again, the courtroom atmosphere shifted from formal legal proceedings to pure emotion. The judge acknowledged the importance of people like social workers who helped her get back on her feet, and he recognized that her situation was not caused by neglect, but by hardship and circumstances beyond her control. In that moment, the court became more than a place of punishment. It became a place of understanding and second chances. The judge's decision to dismiss the case and give her financial help symbolized compassion in action, leaving everyone in the courtroom deeply moved and turning this into a viral story of humanity and justice combined.
Actually, I'm going to do a little bit more than that. You know, I have people from all over the country send in contributions for me to use to help other people. People that I think are worth helping, who have some problems in their life. You know, I always equate it to someone who's in the clothes dryer and they can't seem to hold on. You know, the dryer keeps going around. And as you were talking, I was thinking of that. So I'm going to dismiss it, but I'm going to do a little bit more. These funds that people send in, I call it the Philomena Fund, because that was my mother's name, was Philomena.
Oh, wow.
You know, and if she were here now, she'd probably want to say to you, oh, you know, I'm going to cook for you.
Oh.
And she'd probably go in her handbag and rustle a little bit and maybe take out $1 and say, take this. You know? So anyway, many times that's my perspective. So I'm going to dismiss the case, and I'm going to use $50 from the Philomena Fund. We're going to give...
This courtroom moment ended not with punishment, but with compassion and hope. Instead of adding more burden to an already struggling mother, the judge chose to lift her up in a small but meaningful way. His decision to dismiss the case and offer financial help showed that justice is not only about laws and penalties, but also about understanding human suffering. As Tisha expressed her gratitude, emotional and overwhelmed, the courtroom reflected a rare and powerful moment of humanity. This story continues to go viral because it reminds people that even in the most formal places like a courtroom, kindness can still change someone's life in an instant.